Welcome to our defense briefing program. Today we dive into the escalating trade tensions as President Trump announces a staggering 20% tariff on all EU imports, leaving Europe in a state of shock. EU leaders are gearing up for a counterattack, warning of serious economic fallout, while car manufacturers hold their breath, fearing the worst. In another twist, the ongoing trade war between the US and China may just present a golden opportunity for Hong Kong. As China braces for additional tariffs, they're looking to innovate and form new trade partnerships. Meanwhile, US allies in Asia are feeling the heat, and the broader implications for global supply chains are still unfolding. Lastly, the Pentagon is sounding the alarm as China makes strides in military space capabilities with calls for increased US investment in space defense. The stakes are rising in this new frontier of warfare. General Saltzman highlights the need for the US to step up its game as tensions in space grow. Please stay tuned for more detailed coverage. Deutsche Welle reports that the trade war between the US and Europe has intensified with President Donald Trump's recent announcement of a 20% tariff on all imports from the EU. This decision could inflict severe economic damage on Europe, potentially costing tens of billions of euros. EU Commission President Ursula von der Leyen has expressed concerns about the broader global economic repercussions. European car manufacturers, heavily reliant on exports to the US, face the threat of a 25% tariff, which could lead to significant financial losses. In response, the EU is preparing countermeasures while seeking negotiations to prevent further escalation of the trade conflict. The South China Morning Post highlights that the ongoing trade war initiated by Trump is causing turmoil in global markets, particularly affecting Asia. China, facing an additional 34% tariff, has condemned the measures and pledged a strong response. The tariffs are seen as a strategy by the US to reset the global supply chain and revive domestic manufacturing jobs. However, the unequal treatment of trading partners raises concerns about the long-term impact on weaker economies. Despite the risks, China is strategically positioned to adapt and may find opportunities to strengthen technological advancements and trade partnerships, particularly with Hong Kong looking to integrate more with the mainland. According to the South China Morning Post, the Pentagon is urging a faster militarization of space in light of China's advancements in weapon systems that threaten U.S. space operations. General B. Chan Saltzman of the U.S. Space Force emphasized the need for the U.S. to view space as a military domain rather than just a resource. He warned that China is heavily investing in various categories of space weapons, while the U.S. is lagging due to limited resources and restrictive policies. The Space Force is working to enhance its capabilities and collaborate with NATO allies to address the growing threats from China's space program, which has raised alarms about potential military applications. As tensions escalate, both nations are navigating a complex landscape in the realm of space security. Yahoo! U.S. reports that Dr. Edward Zimmer's nomination as South Carolina's top doctor faced rejection from a Senate committee amid ongoing discontent regarding his handling of the COVID-19 pandemic. The committee, dominated by Republicans, saw only one member supporting his nomination, a stark contrast to the unanimous approval he received in 2001. Zimmer's advocacy for COVID vaccinations and mask wearing, particularly for the sake of his wife's health, became focal points of criticism during the hearings. Defending his record, Zimmer highlighted improvements in public health metrics during his tenure, but acknowledged that the loud dissent from a minority reflects a broader frustration with pandemic management. The Associated Press highlights the tension between the Trump administration and the judiciary as U.S. District Judge Jeb Boasberg questioned whether the government acted in bad faith regarding the deportation of Venezuelan migrants. The judge's scrutiny arose from allegations that the administration rushed to deport migrants before a court could intercede, defying his orders to halt deportations. As the court deliberates whether to find the administration in contempt, the Justice Department maintains that it complied with the judge's directives, asserting that the order did not apply to flights already airborne. This legal battle underscores the ongoing conflict between executive power and judicial oversight in immigration matters. In a dramatic courtroom scene, Judge Boasberg expressed skepticism about the Trump administration's actions, suggesting that their urgency indicated a lack of confidence in their legal standing. So the administration's refusal to disclose details about the deported individuals and the flights has led to accusations of secrecy and disregard for judicial authority. The case highlights the complexities of immigration law and the contentious atmosphere surrounding the Trump administration's policies as they seek to navigate the legal repercussions of their actions while grappling with public and judicial scrutiny. Nikkei Asia reports that U.S. and Chinese military officials convened in Shanghai to engage in discussions aimed at mitigating unsafe military actions in the region. The talks, part of the Military Maritime Consultative Agreement Working Group, come amidst ongoing concerns regarding the People's Liberation Army's PLA aggressive maneuvers, particularly following recent war games around Taiwan that included long-range live-fire drills. The U.S. military has consistently voiced its apprehension regarding the perilous conduct of Chinese military vessels and aircraft, emphasizing the necessity for dialogue to foster safer interactions. Yahoo US highlights the buzz surrounding a potential new collaboration between Nike SB and the iconic Air Force One sneaker. Pro skater Eric Costin was spotted in a video wearing what is rumored to be the Nike SB X Air Force One, sparking excitement among sneaker enthusiasts. Although the footage lacks clarity, it suggests a design that deviates from the traditional model, with indications of improved flexibility. Speculation about this collaboration has circulated since June 2024, and while previous reports had cast doubt on its development, recent leaks point to a possible launch in spring 2026, keeping the sneaker community on high alert for updates. The Australian Broadcasting Corporation outlines Europe's strategic shift towards military readiness in light of rising tensions with Russia. As fears mount regarding the reliability of U.S. support, nations like Poland and Norway are ramping up defense initiatives, including training programs for citizens and the restoration of military infrastructure. Analysts warn that NATO must prepare for potential conflict, with intelligence reports suggesting that Russia could launch an attack within 5 years. This urgency has prompted European countries to significantly increase defense spending and stockpile military resources, marking a historic pivot in their security policies to address the looming threat from Russia. Associated Press. The U.S. Department of Energy is paving the way for the development of AI data centers on 16 federal sites, including the renowned Los Alamos National Laboratory. This initiative is aimed at accelerating the commercial advancement of artificial intelligence technology, leveraging the existing energy infrastructure, and facilitating swift permitting for new energy generation, particularly nuclear power. This decision aligns with an executive order from January by former President Biden, which sought to eliminate barriers for AI data center expansion while promoting renewable energy sources to meet their significant electricity demands. Interestingly, despite efforts by President Trump to dismantle many of Biden's AI policies, he has expressed support for the expansion of data centers on federal lands, emphasizing their future importance. The identified sites, which include key national laboratories like Sandia and Oak Ridge, are crucial as the tech industry increasingly relies on data centers for services ranging from social media to financial transactions. A recent report highlighted that electricity consumption by data centers has tripled in the last decade and is expected to soar again, potentially consuming up to 12% of the nation's electricity by 2028. While Biden's order advocated for clean energy sources, Trump's Energy Department has primarily focused on nuclear energy, although it acknowledges a range of electricity sources available at each site. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopsis thoughtfully curated by the 6DO team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6DO Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6DO team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6DO Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6DO Brief via email.
Turn the lights on screen. What's the latest scene? Just you and me, laugh and disagree. On the couch we sit, talk about the hits, news and bits, chat through all the fits. 6-degree chess, gotta talk about that. Blind crazy chat, share where we're at. From molecular change to the world's big stage, everything's fair game under our spotlight's flame. Grab a coffee quick, get your hot takes thick. We're here to mix and pick, every topic's our flick. 6-degree chess, gotta talk about that. Blind crazy chat, share where we're at. Grab a coffee quick, get your hot takes thick. We're here to mix and pick, every topic's our flick. 6-degree chess.